How's it going, bud? Sorry about all the notifications everyone's probably been getting. I've just been trying to test my quality. I've been trying to fix the static that would be picking up. I've been trying to fix my audio, like my voice, because sometimes whenever I'm speaking away from the mic like this, it's very not clear. And aloha, Quan. How are you? And I'm just trying to make sure the quality of my commentary, like my voice quality, is just better, closer to my mic, so I moved my mic. It's a lot closer to me, and I have a shock mount, so hopefully the amount of vibrations is lessened. I know there's probably still going to be static sounds. I'm sure there's still going to be click, 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 because it's near my computer. That's not going to change until I somehow can find a way to get it fully away from my computer. But without a bigger room and a better setup, I'm not going to be able to fully get like a big ass like tripod mic stand. So I got a boom arm. Can't really show you very well because of freaking. Oh my god, revert there. That's my new setup. You just saw my nasty ass tobacco-ridden desk. I'm sorry about that. Can somebody guess what these are? How does my quality sound? How does my voice sound? Closer to my mic, by the way. How does my audio? How's the game? How is it overpowering me? I just got done watching Detective Pikachu. I was streaming for about 2 hours earlier, and then I went downstairs and I saw my parents were watching Detective Pikachu. I'm like, hey, I'll join you. And then, so I came back up, streamed for the rest of the 2 hours, and went downstairs and watched Detective Pikachu. Unfortunately, my Xfinity On Demand decided to crap out, so we had to go and watch it off my YouTube, which is where I was able to display that onto my TV. And it took forever, like with most, like, displaying your videos on TV, like with Chromecast or anything like that. It messes up, and I had to reconnect it several times, but it was a great movie. I actually really liked it. But how are you, Quan? How are you, Jared? How are you guys doing? The last thing we actually did is we actually went through a cave with some person who gave me a way to wake up this girl who's in a permanent dream state. He also gave us a backstory on how this earthquake happened. Basically, a character named Zonde was given life, and he was so depressed by it that he decided to say, fuck you, I'm leaving, and caused massive earthquake. The character who told me all this basically was on his way out of on the way out because he's sick. And he told me to go and take care of this. You're good? Good. How's the sound of my game? Is it too loud? Is my voice clear? Like, clear? You can tell the difference, right? This is normally how I was, away from my mic. I mean, I was a lot closer to my computer desk, but my point is I was further away from my mic. Now I am much clearer and closer to my mic. I'm trying to make it closer, clearer, much clearer quality. But aloha. It's good for you? I'm just asking. It may be good for other people, but it was never good enough for me. Even though I don't watch my own videos, but when I do, it's shitty. My webcam, watch this. My webcam starts to shit out when I move in game. It's basically Kingdom Hearts 2 all over again. And that was tied to my bitrate, so when I was streaming earlier, I had unstable bitrate apparently, so I don't know how the video turned out. I just don't want to scare people away. Every time I get people who come in, they just leave. I don't know if it's because of the static. I don't know if it's because my voice quality is shit. I don't know. I want to have perfect quality. I don't want to scare away people. But I know people join in, people enjoy, so it can't scare away. People obviously find that I'm entertaining enough. It just bothers me. Hold up, I gotta get my box. By the way, I got some PS1 games that I found in my basement. Yeah, you know what that means. You know what that means. Expect this in the future. Expect that in the future. This is from a subscription. You know, you guys heard of Loot Crate, right? Well, this is a subscription called Video Game Monthly that I used to be subscribed to. It allowed you to choose how many games you got a month from many different consoles. I chose up to 4 consoles. I was getting I think I was getting Game Boy Advance, PlayStation, and a few other consoles, but one of the main things I was getting was PlayStation. Super Mario RPG. Ho ho ho. That's a game I'm going to dabble in the future. You want to know something cool, guys? I don't know if you can tell. Here, let me bring away my green screen. But the great thing about this is, take a close look. This is a PlayStation game that they gave me in my subscription. Do you see it? You know how much money this can go for? You know how much money that can go for? You know how much money this can go for? Oh yeah, I have 2 of them. I have 2. Oh, I know. I'm not saying that they do. It's just these are old. You know how hard it is to find shrink-wrap CD cases nowadays? You want to see what they sent me normally? This is normally what they would send me. It's rare, is all I'm saying. This is normally how they would send me PS1 games. So when I found that I got 2 of these, brand shrink-wrapped and all, that excites me because I want CD cases. You want to know how they sent me the Final Fantasy games? This is a Final Fantasy case they sent me. You can see why it excites me. I thought I had the physical copies of the disc cases, but no, they didn't. They sent me this. But this is Final Fantasy. I have all of them. Not that I already don't have them digitally, but my point stands is it excites me because I'm a collector too. So having this shrink wrapped amazes me. But you know how much this can sell for? A lot. You want to know what I want to do? I want to do a giveaway. Seeing as I don't really often, I'm not big enough and I don't make enough money, I would love to do future giveaways where I like get a console and give away like a bunch of PlayStation 4s or PlayStation 3s or whatever I get my hands on in the future when I get like huge and start making actual money. I want to be able to do giveaways. So I was thinking I could probably do a giveaway for this. Because people love some Square. So, if anyone wants to enter the giveaway that I may plan in the future for a free copy of Chrono Cross. Also, does anyone know what that gum is that I showed? Guess who's trying to quit? Your boy is trying to quit. This is my third attempt. I thought about this while I was at work yesterday. I'm like, I really should quit. Let's see. Yep. I don't know how long it's been since I ate. Do not eat or drink for 15 minutes before chewing the gum. While chewing a piece, to improve your chances of quitting, use at least 9 per day. Well, that's not happening tonight. I guess I'll try tonight, but I'm not going to be doing full 9 pieces a night unless I stay up later. You can always just stay hooked on the gum. Nicotine isn't all that bad. It's the burning plant matter that... I'm not doing this to... I'm not doing this for my... I'm doing this to just curb my cravings for it and then eventually quit. I can't, because cold turkey, I'm afraid if I quit cold turkey, then something might happen. Yes, I can stay hooked on the gum, but I'm not doing this to stay on to nicotine. I'm using this to get off of cigarettes and slowly quit over time so I don't go cold turkey, because cold turkey can actually really be bad. I've been smoking for many years. I don't want to risk me having withdrawal symptoms and then cold turkey just straight up harming me. My dad actually didn't go... I don't think my dad went cold turkey, I don't think. He quit, but I think he did it slowly by staying away from areas where he would normally otherwise smoke. He would change up his routines, and it took time, but I could be wrong. He could have quit cold turkey just slowly. I'm trying to not do that. I'm trying to slowly go down and get it away from me. Because, yeah. This just gives me that crave. That just gives me, if I ever have a craving, this will help me curb it for a brief moment without actually having to smoke. And then eventually, because it did almost work for me. The only reason why it failed is because I was dating a girl at the time who broke my heart. And I said, fuck it. Then I was at a bar for my friend's 21st birthday. You could see where this is going. She had a friend who had Newports. And I said, hey, can I get one? And then before you know it, I was asking it another one again, probably like an hour later. And I said, oh, no, a couple cigarettes ain't going to harm me. And then before you know it, I was at Tom's house asking for cigarettes. And boom. Quit attempt number 2 fails. My first quit attempt was years before that, where I actually quit for a few months. But all it takes is a couple cigarettes. Also, these are mint, which will give me my mint craving, because I smoke menthol. So, all right. So let's see. Begin using the gum on your quit day. If you smoke your cigarettes, first cigarette more than 30. No, if you smoke your first cigarette within 30 minutes of waking up, I have the 4 milligrams. Nicotine gum is a medicine. It's to be taken a certain way. Chew the gum slowly until it tingles. Park it between your gum and cheek. If the tingle is gone, begin chewing again. Repeat this process till most of the tingle is gone, about 30 minutes. Do not eat or drink for 15 minutes before chewing or while chewing. Quitting, use at least 9 per day for the first 6 weeks. Do not use more than 24 pieces a day. Jesus Christ. It can be rough for sure. Best of luck this time. Hey, thank you. Thank you. I've been planning to quit for a while. Originally it was, oh, I'm going to quit once I get a girlfriend and we start a family. I may not even get that. We don't know. I'm already 30. I mean, I'm still young, but the only thing I do is vape. Vaping isn't, there's nothing wrong with vaping. It's just I don't really care to do it. But I'm young, yes, but there's a possibility I may never start a family. There's a possibility. So I might as well try to do my best to quit so I can save money. That means my desk right now is covered in tobacco. Give me, it'll be gone before tomorrow. It'll be gone by tomorrow. Oh man, I remember taking this gum. Oh, I remember that feeling. 30 seconds, huh? Chew the gum slowly until it tingles. Park it between your gum and cheek. Tingles gone, chew again. Repeat this process until the most is gone, about 30 minutes. Okay. You also had an idea you should do some time? What's that? Moon is the guardian of the dream world. She's been sleeping here. Okay. I thought I was supposed to wake her up. Do a stream of, like, give a tour of your house. You already asked this. I told you why I'm not doing that. Because it's not my house. Maybe when my parents go out of town. But that also requires me to be downstairs with my laptop, dude. Maybe when and also, I have a webcam. You're not going to be able to get a tour of my house without me carrying my laptop with me. If I had an actual computer... No, it's okay. It's okay. If I had an actual computer... If I had an actual camera, I can fully give you an exact tour. I can still give you the tour. My parents will be going out of town here for my parents' retirement. I will stream downstairs. I'll show you my dog. Maybe I'll show you somewhat of a brief tour then. But it's not going to be with them around. And keep in mind, I also have a webcam. I'm going to need to carry my entire computer with me. So keep in mind, it's not going to be a great tour. But I can do that. And if you want. No, don't worry about forgetting. Dog? Yeah, I have a dog. Do you never hear him barking in the background? Does my dog, like, never bark? He barks every now and then. You should hear him. I heard him in a couple of my videos when I would watch and see how it sounded. You can hear him pretty clearly. That just means this microphone is a beast. Do a stream. I want to see dog. Don't worry, I will. I'll show my dog. Aside from pictures, I'll show you my actual dog. The reason I would love to show you now is just he can't climb stairs. He's quite old and fat. So he doesn't climb stairs anymore. Otherwise, he would have been shown a long time ago. I wish he would come into my room, but... A Schnauzer Poodle? I get confused between Schnauzer and Shih Tzu. He's a mix between. He's known as a Schnoodle. I think that's Schnauzer Poodle or Shih Tzu Poodle. One of the two. I get them confused. Huh. Schnauzer Poodle. I mean, yes, he's a mixed breed. He's known as a Schnoodle. I'm gonna have to watch some parts of my video to see what exactly that was said, because I was told to come here and wake Un. Sorry about the staticky, but I'm checking out a video to get dialogue. Okay. That sound weird? What, the dog breed or my staticky sound? Alright. So they're telling me to go to the Temple of Time. I just watched part of my video. The guy told me to go to the Temple of Time. We're gonna go awaken Ganon. Toy Schnoodle? That's a pretty weird breed. There we go. Yeah, I kind of forgot. Seeing as I was busy this whole time watching a movie, I completely forgot what the dialogue said. I thought they wanted me to go wake Un. No, I forgot. They wanted me to go to the Temple of Time and wake Ganon first. That's right. I remember now. Okay. Yesterday's stream was frustrating. Basically a freaking boss that... I don't know, I just don't like the ramp up in difficulty sometimes. The boss was just being retarded. And I can only really hurt him with the Dragoon, which is why my main character is now a Dragoon. Plus, he's not bad. I don't mind that they do that, but I don't like how they literally force me to change class like that. Damn it, now I want an actual cigarette. Fuck, no. Stop it. I need to save money. A harpy lady. I'll still maybe smoke weed, but tobacco needs to get out of my life now. That means I just gotta change up what I do for when I go on break at work. I either gotta go out and just chill in my car and tell everybody I'm trying to stop, so all the people who would buy cigarettes off me at work is no longer gonna be giving me money. Sad. So they're gonna have to rely on someone else if they don't have cigarettes. And trust me, the amount of people who ask me for cigarettes at work is ridiculous. I literally made probably like a few $100s in a month off of people buying cigarettes off me. More than one. I get like 4 or 5. I had like 3 or 4 people buying cigarettes off me, and 2 of them are gone, but I still have occasional one person who buys a cigarette off me every now and then. So I definitely don't get a lot of money anymore, but it's going to be weird not having to tell them that and not being able to go outside. Okay. Just thought this is the same thing that was happening in the Golder douchebag's house, but then apparently the door is unlocked, so maybe I need different kinds of keys now. Or I need to do something specific. Behemoth? This early? I guess I'm not that early in the game, to be honest. I'm probably like midway, to be fair. Shit, I should have healed. That's an idea of what my dog looks like. The flashing on the random encounter might be this whole early series is epilepsy inducing. It's gotten better. In the first game, they'd have you walk into lava. There was parts in the fire dungeon where you'd walk in lava. Literally, every step you would take, the screen would just flash brightly. Whenever you would die, your screen would flash. That's a behemoth, yes. It might be different named. Yep, nope, that's behemoth, alright. That's why I was surprised. I was like, behemoth this early? He's usually like a later enemy. I mean, he looks like Behemoth. He looks exactly like how Behemoth looks. To me, the stupidest looking Behemoth is the Kingdom Hearts Behemoths. They look nothing like Behemoth at all. No, it doesn't. It looks exactly like a Behemoth. What Behemoths are you referring to? Every Behemoth from Final Fantasy looks exactly the same, except for the Kingdom Hearts ones. Or are you referring to a Final Fantasy game I never played? Every Behemoth I've seen in every iteration looks exactly like that. With maybe some slight change, but they look exactly the same. Are you talking about Final Fantasy 15? Or is there a different Final Fantasy game you played? Because I guess Monster Hunter World's Behemoth is a bit different, because he's huge. But still, it's still the same overall, like, design. I don't know how he is in the MMOs. Oh, now we're facing Snakehead Lion Chimeras. 15? Yeah, I've never seen 15, so then... If that's your, like, biggest, if that's, like, your biggest encounters with him, and you don't really have much remembrance of the older behemoths, they all look the same. 15 might have changed, who knows, but all the other behemoths that I've played in every other iteration looks the same. I know. Monster Hunter World Behemoth, which is probably Final Fantasy XIV's Behemoth. because they had a correlation event together. So the Rathalos from Monster Hunter World was in Final Fantasy 15. Motherfucker! Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Zero's the only one that's close to death, so if I can get him out of that. I can easily get him out of that. Oh, yeah. I was worried because they were all spamming it. But they're nothing like Garuda. Then again, it was one opponent, but still, man, he was doing like 500 per shot with that, or over 600, or like, no wait, he was doing about 400 to 500 damage for thunderbolts. Like, no, thank you. This is hard. It's hard to plant this gum right in my in between my jaw, because I have a habit of like over chewing gum because I like to. I have a habit of teething, not really teething, but I have a habit of like chewing on pens. So chewing gum is no exception. And having it like in the corner of my gums kind of irritates me, and I just want to sit there and just chew on it. So if you ever see me eating gum, I'll probably eat it for like ever. I have a habit of that, just because it gives me that like I like to chew on pens thing. I've always been like that. Even to this day, I like teeth, I guess. Oh, hello. You know how many people used to tell me not to chew on pens, that it'll explode in my mouth? You know how many times a pen has exploded in my mouth? 0. I've had ink leak in my mouth, but only because I must have chewed off the bottom of it to where the ink released. It never exploded in my mouth, though. Funny fun fact. I don't know how people bite on pens and get it to pop in their mouth. Like, how the hell do you do that? Like, I've never once had a pen go in my explode in my mouth. This has gotten dirty. Lil B ASMR. No. Woohoo! Woo, that is some mint. Just like with hot chips, if I sit there and just eat like a whole bag of hot chips, then my mouth is like on fire. But otherwise, I'm like not affected by hot chips. This gum, this mint is far mintier than my cigarettes. So my mouth is like, it's kind of like your mouth being on fire from eating hot chips, but except mint. Whew. Now I can feel it in my eyes. How does that work? Would you die? Why are you alive? You should have been dead like 20... Can you not? Am I not paying attention or something? What's going on? There we go. Guess they just have a lot of fucking health. How much am I supposed to eat? Do not continuously use one piece after another. This may since this may cause hiccups, heartburn, nausea, and other side effects. Not that I don't get hiccups from whenever I eat food in general. I think I've had hiccups from when I used to take these before. Experiencing strong and frequent cravings. You may use a second piece within the hour, however, do not continuously eat one piece. Do not use more than 24 do not use more than 24 pieces a day. I almost read that. Do not use more than 24 hours a day. One piece every 1 to 2 hours. These are 4 milligrams, by the way. I don't know how much milligrams are in actual cigarette. Is that in it? I don't even know if that even contains milligrams, or what the dosage of nicotine is in the actual pack. But this contains 4 milligrams of nicotine. That's for people who smoke within 30 minutes of waking up. That's literally the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, is have a smoke. Whew. So yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen Detective Pikachu, I actually thought it was a very good movie. It had a very teary-eyed moment. Oh, Infamy, hey! Also, thank you for using the emote. It had a very teary-eyed moment. And it was very sad. I feel for Mewtwo. I've always did, even in the first Pokemon movie. Nothing, man. Just got done watching Detective Pikachu. Now I'm back on Final Fantasy. Also, I'm trying to quit cigarettes, so if you're wondering what I'm chewing on, it's nicotine gum. Yeah. I just started today, though. And I started way later, because I still had cigarettes from today. So I didn't start, like, right away. But tomorrow is my first official day that I'm going to be trying to go without an actual cigarette. Why am I doing this? no one asked that. It's me literally explaining to you guys why I'm doing this, is because I've just thought about it the other day, and it's just like, I really need to save money. I appreciate it, thank you, Infamy. It's just like, yeah, I really need to save money. Glad to hear that, yeah. I really need to save up money, and it's also for my health, but I really need to save money. And this is my third attempt. My third quit attempt. I've had 2 prior in the past that failed. Ugh. So if you're wondering where we're at, Infamy, do you remember the NPC that mentioned the Temple of Time? I'm in the Temple of Time right now, and we're looking for a loot so we can go wake Un. But we just learned exposition. There's a character named Xande who was given life. So instead of being a good man and caring, he got depressed and started to create earthquakes. And so he's the cause of the land sinking into the ground. So now we have to go find Un, which is the girl who's perpetually in the dream state. Which is why we're here in the Temple of Time, so we can awaken Ganon, find a loot, to awaken her from her perpetual sleep. So then we can eventually go tackle this Xande character. Yeah, literally the way they described it is that this guy was given life, and he was so upset by that. It's like, and I even made the joke, I'm like, wow, you're even more depressing than I am. But that's basically what happened. I streamed like 2 hours earlier, and then I went to go watch Detective Pikachu. And now I'm back. Electrical tape. I have that because I wanted to cover part of my mic. My mic had like 2 screw holes, and I wanted to cover that so I didn't get dirt in it. Dirt and hair and fuzz and whatever else nonsense that gets in that shit. I should probably go heal. I'm not sure if you guys are actually resistant or not. Holy shit. Welcome everyone who's joining in. Hello. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to Final Fantasy III, where we are now at the Temple of Time. We are about to become adult. Sure. I was going to say adult Link, but I wanted to try to come up with a Final Fantasy relation to that, but these characters, I don't know their official, like, canonical names. The Adult Warriors of Light, sure, whatever you want to call it. But I was digging into my video game monthly stuff, Infamy. I found this treasure. And what makes me happy for a collector's standpoint. And this is what makes me happy from a collector's standpoint. It's shrink wrapped. Funny thing, here's what they would most commonly send me games in. Video Game Monthly is what VGM stands for. This is normally what they would commonly send me PS1 games in. So me getting the actual jewel case, shrink wrapped and all, makes my day. Here's a Final Fantasy disc. I thought I had the physical cases, but they never sent me the physical cases. So, I have 2 copies. Because there's a, on the website, what you do is there's a checklist of all the games. You check off the games that you already own so they don't send you duplicates. Well, there was a time where I forgot to do that, so I have a few duplicates of games. Including Chrono Cross. They're both factory sealed. That shit can sell for a lot of money online. You want to know how much I just found Final Fantasy VII for online? 7 specifically. Couple hundred, over $100. Easily. And that was just one look. I found a Pokemon game for Game Boy Color. Game Boy. The original Game Boy, Pokemon Red. Out of the box. Just the cart. $1,000. It's ridiculous. I would understand if it was in the box, but no. Straight up out of the box with the cart. I don't even know if the description states that the game even works. $1,000 at least. Probably the cheapest would be at least a few hundred. These could probably give me at least a few hundred online if I tried to sell it. Final Fantasies, some of the classic PS1 Final Fantasies can easily run a couple $100. Depending on its condition. Yeah, fuck that indeed. Not that I plan on selling it. I'm actually thinking about maybe doing a stream giveaway for that game for one lucky viewer. But I want to be a little bit bigger first because like doing a giveaway with like 3 or 4 people, while that's a possibility, I want to be able to do like more than just one item. I want to be able to like consistently, like maybe every few months, do a massive giveaway where I like give away a console to one lucky grand prize winner, and then like I give away like a bunch of games. I've always liked the idea of giveaways. It's a nice incentive, and it's a nice fun little thing. That's why I do the Meseta currency, because it's a nice incentive for you guys, you know what I mean? You guys get to request video games. Back to Final Fantasy 3 indeed. I actually streamed for 2 hours earlier, and then I went to go watch Detective Pikachu with my parents. Good movie. I actually enjoyed it. But yes, back to FF3 indeed. I'm in the Temple of Time right now. I'm trying to awaken Ganon right now. Man, this gum is taking a while. I think it's gone though. I don't feel any. The menthol tingliness is just about gone. But welcome back. How was your day? Let me get out of here. I need to go heal. Whee! Whee! Wouldn't play. That sucks. I'm here now. I was having issues earlier. I think my stream kept saying it was unstable bitrate. I don't know if that was causing it or not, but I had like no one watching anyway earlier. I had like maybe 1 or 2 people. Now I have a few. But earlier apparently my bitrate was unstable. I'm trying to fix my webcam. I don't know if you guys are noticing it right now, but I'm sure it's going fuzzy right now. But that's not from my camera. My camera should be fine. It's just the bitrate. Can I get around, you guys? Like, I gotta go find a heal place. Where's this inn? Is there an inn here? But I enjoyed Detective Pikachu. I thought it was gonna be a shit movie. The CGI was kind of weird, but I thought it was actually very cute. And very sad. Could it be the Wi-Fi? My webcam? No. My webcam issue has nothing to do with the Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is perfect, because if it was my Wi-Fi, my stream would be fucking up. My stream is perfectly fine, or is it? You tell me, is my stream fine? Because if my Wi-Fi was acting up, my whole stream would be shot right now. The reason why webcam is acting up is because of my streaming bitrate. That has nothing to do with my internet. Because think of it this way. Yeah, think of it this way. If my internet goes off right now, my entire stream dies. What's affecting my webcam, apparently, is bitrate. Now, I really don't understand all these terms all that well to be able to explain that to you, but bitrate, basically, the higher your bitrate is, the better quality your videos are. Essentially, something like that. But I tried upping it. It was originally around down to 2,000. I upped it a bit, but apparently it's not enough. So I don't know what to do. Like, yeah, because my bitrate was around 2,000 earlier, and apparently it was not, and apparently that was shit. And I tried upping it now. It's around, I think around like 6,000, 5,000 something right now, and apparently that's not enough. I tried upping it to about 7, and it was unstable. So it's down to about 6,000 right now. I don't know what's causing my camera to fuck up. My camera's a 1080p camera, and it's not the webcam itself. The webcam itself is fine. So it's something to do with the streaming program, but not my internet. My internet is perfectly fine. In fact, I've had far better internet than I ever had in my entire life. I'll tell you that right now. The internet we've had back in my old place in Illinois, was freaking garbage compared to what I have now. Even the Xfinity Comcast internet that I had out here was garbage compared to what we have now. I have Verizon Fios. That blows all the shit that I've had in the past out the water. In fact, it's why I am able to stream. I could not stream consistently when I had Comcast. Yeah, my parents decided to switch because Comcast was an asshole and decided to make them pay for more money. See, the reason why my parents swapped is Comcast decided to make my parents pay for more money for the same package. They were going to have to pay more for the same benefits. So they decided to get Verizon Fios, which is basically the same thing. It's faster internet. They still get on demand. And they get more packages. They get more shows and stuff and more channels. So they said, F you, Comcast. So we no longer have Comcast. But essentially, it's really the same thing, just far better. I'm sure you've heard of Xfinity. I'm sure commercials have played for it. You probably never seen or had the Xfinity as in like a service, but I'm sure you know of it. If not, it's basically the same thing as Comcast, just far better. It's Verizon though, so we're basically a Verizon household with Verizon phones, and now we have a Xfinity, which is Verizon. Or Verizon Fios is our connection. Xfinity is basically our new on-demand. But that's what that is, yes. Whee! Blah, 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 blah. Oh my god, this submarine is almost as slow, if not as slow as 7's submarine. Oh god, lord. I think this gum has about had it. That's okay. I'll continue chewing it. I still feel some mint. Go away, Harpy. No one wants no Harpy. How you alive? How you alive? Like I said, how you alive? Harpies are always been weird creatures to me. Weird booby lady bird. I was waiting for it to come out. I never knew it released. I never had the opportunity to watch it because I don't have cable. Funny thing is I was about to say I don't want to watch it on the internet, but yet, for some reason, the HBO channel on my parents' Xfinity wasn't working, so I had to look it up on YouTube. I was not hoping to do that because I basically watched the whole movie in a mixture between 720p and 480. I could not up it to 1080p. That's why I didn't want to watch it on YouTube, but I did. So me and my mom enjoyed it. I basically had to tell her which Pokemon were what, though. The story was actually good. But no, I have not. I never got around to it. I was planning on buying it a long time ago. I just never got around to it. And then I went downstairs and saw she was watching it, and I said, "Hey, let me stream for a few more an hour and a half, and I'll go and come down." Yeah, I didn't know it was out. I did not know it was out yet. That's my fault. I forget that DVDs and Blu-rays release far faster than they normally used to. How'd you like it? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that it was basically a connection between the original Pokemon 1 movie almost, with Mewtwo and basically getting used again. Except kind of different, but still the same premise. You know, they went into his backstory on how he was created and blah blah blah, except they changed it. But I also like they made references to the actual Pokemon series with the towns. So the towns of the actual games and stuff actually exist in that movie. I like that. I just wish they would have shown them. I just thought it was going to be like, oh, let's make up this non-actual Pokemon town, which they did, but they still reference the actual places, which is nice. What bothers me, though, is they have Pokemon in these cities that live alongside humans since ancient times, or it was from ancient times, and then they stated that they have Pokemon living alongside humans. In order for that to have happened, though, they would have had to have captured these Pokemon in the past. But they stated that they don't have Pokeballs. Pokemon just can't be born trained. You have to sit there and basically house train them. You can't just get a pet and then expect them to not go into the bathroom inside or whatever. It's like, that didn't make any sense to me. But it's a movie, it's Pokemon. I liked it, though. I thought Ryan Reynolds did a fantastic job. I think some of the actors who played the Pokemon did a fantastic job. But then there's that creepy Mr. Mime and Lickitung. Ugh. The Mr. Mime part, though, was great. I don't know. The CGI and some of the Pokemon, though, looked kind of weird. Like, I liked the way Charizard looked. I liked the way Mewtwo looked. I liked the way they had Pikachu look, but then they bring it to freaking Mr. Mime and Lickitung and... Ugh. They just made him more creepy. Yes, and I told my mom that. I'm like, have you ever seen on the internet of Pikachu dressed as Deadpool? If you wonder where that came from, it's because it's Ryan Reynolds. So yeah, Pikachu Deadpool is a thing. Deadchew, as I call it. Nah. I wouldn't say Deadpool is in Pokemon. If Ryan Reynolds did the similar role where he was a smartass, then I can say so. I mean, he kind of was smartassy, but he was not Deadpool smartass. If he was, I would have loved it even more. Found out that they to fight to have me mine in the movie. Wait, what? I'm sorry, excuse me, I did not understand a word of that text. Found out that they to fight to have me mine in the movie. I'm sorry, I don't understand. I bet you can hear that. Sorry, guys, I had food. I bet you can hear him. Yep, Mr. Mime, the company fear he might be too creepy. And he indeed was. No. What, he wasn't? Was he not creepy? He was very creepy to me. I mean, if I was a kid, I'd be freaked out. I mean, even in the games, the idea behind Mr. Mime is kind of a creepy. I mean, he's not hypno-creepy, but just the idea of Mr. Mime being real is creepy. The idea of Lickitung being real is creepy. Just the way that they would look. Imagine what they would look like in real life. Blech. Mr. Mime maybe not as creepy as Lickitung, though. Just the idea of a long-tongued Pokemon would be the more creepiest thing in the world. But no, the way they made some of the Pokemon look, I think CGI Pokemon made them look creepier, just to be fair. But yeah, I'm sure you could hear my dog. You get off here? You have fun Final Fantasy-ing. I will, Quan. Thank you for joining. You have a good rest of your night. How clearly can you hear my dog, by the way? Pretty clearly, right? That's how good this mic is. I don't want to run. Oh my god. Inputs, please. Saw a little on of the Blu-ray feature. And Mr. Mime is still creepy. But I enjoyed his part. I enjoy where he tried to fake light him on fire. The whole thing with Mr. Mime being a BAMF was awesome. The twist! I was not expecting that movie's twist. If you want to really call it a twist. I was not expecting it at all. And I was expecting Mewtwo to be evil. And he wasn't. I mean, not that Mewtwo's actually bad at all. He was actually just misunderstood, and I can understand that. Giovanni used him for his own malicious gain, and that's all Mewtwo knew. And then, of course, with the new Pikachu I Choose You movie, they decided to give Mewtwo a further backstory that further cements why he's the way he was. His only friends were clones, and they failed. Dr. Fuji's daughter, the Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, they all failed. I can understand where Mewtwo's tragic backstory. But of course, it's a retcon because, one, Mewtwo never... Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle were actually Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard. They were actually fully on cloned, and they were good. They actually made it. So when they cloned the Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle, and they failed, it kind of changed up that, and also, I don't think Mewtwo in the original movie had a history with Fuji's dead child. So I think they retconned Mewtwo's actual official backstory with that Hey You Pikachu movie, or the Pikachu movie that they came out with. So of course they wanted to, and then with the new remake to Mewtwo Strikes Back movie, they decided to release a backstory on Mewtwo's official backstory. Oh, it's like why? You happy you got the armor Mewtwo? Wait, from the first movie? Nice. Do they have that stupid black Mewtwo in it? Do you know what I'm talking about? The one from Pokken Tournament? I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to add him into that. No? Oh, okay. I enjoyed what they did with it. I'm a little iffy about the remake of Mewtwo Strikes Back. A lot of people said the CGI just looks bad, and it's just like, why make it CGI? They have plain, shiny, and armor. I do like that the concept that they have the armored Mewtwo, which is weird. I mean, of course, they're going to give nods to all the movies and stuff, and just Pokemon in general. So, of course, they're going to give Mewtwo the armor. But that's kind of weird to me. Okay, that's the entrance. If I can't unlock these doors, what the fuck do I do? Okay. Let's go figure out. Shit, I just got done eating that gum, or chewing that gum. I really shouldn't eat. But I don't want to tell my parents what's going on either. I want to be a surprise. Weaker compared to plain Mewtwo. Weird. In the movie, the armor was supposed to, it suppressed his power, but it was supposed to contain and focus his abilities, but it also suppressed his abilities as well at the same time. So I guess that makes sense. That was the whole purpose of the armor. It was not only supposed to gain control of Mewtwo, but it was also supposed to hone his powers, but it also weakened them at the same time. Kind of like with Vader in Star Wars. Vader's armor actually weakened him while keeping him alive. But the thing about his armor in Star Wars is that it actually weakened him. At least that's what I've read. I know nothing of Star Wars. I am not no Star Wars aficionado. Nor did I see the new Star Wars movie. I kind of stopped caring after the third trilogy started. It's all just neat callbacks and nods now. It's not its own thing anymore. They just keep calling back to previous movies, and I just don't give a shit what Disney's doing with it. I'll eventually see it, but I just don't think it was worth. Like, seeing the other two in theaters kind of almost put me to sleep. I was like, even at the start of the movie, I was like, this is going to be a long one. Yes, my dad still watches. My parents just went to go watch the newest one. I don't know if he cares about it as much as he used to. He's still a fan of the series. He still loves Star Wars, and he always will, but whether he... My dad is not the kind of guy who cares about, like, all the comic stuff either. He cares about the movies, and that's it. The show, the cartoons, all that, he doesn't give a shit. He's not, like, that big into Star Wars, but he still does care about the movies. He collects them, I'm sure. He had those figurines, but that was about the extent of it. So I don't think my dad can sit there and go up to a Star Wars aficionado and be like, and follow exactly what they're gonna be, like, saying to him or anything like that. He's not that knowledgeable. But that's fine. It's kind of like a person who loves anime but doesn't read the manga, essentially. You'll get the gist of it, but you won't get everything. Kind of like how I used to be before I started reading manga. I mean, I still prefer anime over manga because I like to just read. I like to watch it as a background noise. I mean, I've never been a book reader, but the anime to me is just easier. It's nicer. Same with watching the dub. While Japanese versions of certain animes are better, I prefer it in English for a lot of cases, just so I can understand it, because a lot of the times I'm not really watching it. I'm hearing it, is what I normally used to watch anime for. You know, if you remember back when we would just chill in my room, I would just have it as background noise. Yeah, I'm gonna just wait till it comes out. That's what I was gonna do with Pikachu, Detective Pikachu. But then it was I found out it was out, but I just never got around to buying it. And then it was on. My mom had it on. It was on HBO on demand, so I said, "Fuck it, I'll watch it." I actually plan on buying it. It's a very good movie. But yeah, no, for Star Wars, I plan on just waiting for it to come out. Same thing with, like I loved Venom as a kid, and I never cared to go see any of the next Spider-Man movies, whether it was Venom or any other future Spider-Man movies, and I loved Spider-Man as a kid. After seeing the first few Spider-Man movies, the first two were great. Spider-Man 3 with Venom is garbage. I did enjoy Amazing Spider-Man, but it still wasn't as good as the original two with Tobey Maguire. And I didn't think they did a great job on Lizard. And after that, I have not watched any subsequent Spider-Man stuff from following that. Because, like, I've never seen any of the new Spider-Man movies with the new kid. Like, I just gave up on Spoderman. Like, I don't care how many times they gotta reboot the damn series. It's just stop. I love the original few, because I grew up with them. It's kind of like growing up with Harry Potter. I never once saw the new Harry Potter movies, the Fantastic Beasts. Like, I don't have an interest. Like, not that saying that they're bad. I'll still watch them. It's just, I prefer the original first 3 or 4 Harry Potter movies over, like, the last few, because I grew up with them and they just have more history. Same thing with the older Star Wars trilogies. Same thing with the new Pokemon games. Like, since they're not doing much new to them, I'm starting to not care anymore. And the originals still just have that place in my heart. The new ones are kind of just doing the same shit with no additional content added. You love the new ones? Hated the Amazing one? The Amazing Spider-Man is not bad. It wasn't great. I have not seen any of the new ones, though. So the new ones are good? I hear that the new ones were good. But no, Amazing Spider-Man wasn't bad, but it definitely wasn't that great. The worst Spider-Man movie to date is definitely the one with Venom. The third Spider-Man movie with Venom. And I haven't even seen Venom. I hear Venom is bad, and I don't know. Unless it's online or on TV, I don't plan on ever watching Venom. And I don't like those kind of spin-off. I really don't like those kind of spin-off side movies where they just make a villain the main character, and then the actual protagonist is nowhere to be found. Like, Spider-Man should have been in that movie, and it should have been Spider-Man versus Venom. But no, the fact that they just made it a movie all about Venom kind of annoys me, and I just feel like that's dumb. I'm still waiting for Carnage. They better make that a good movie, because I've been waiting for Carnage since Spider-Man 2. I've been waiting for Carnage and Venom as a villain since Spider-Man 2, and look what they did with Venom. They ruined it. Venom is my favorite character, and they fucking ruined him. But now I'm waiting for Carnage. And I've been waiting for Carnage since I was a kid. And yet, they're gonna fuck him up too. Wait, wasn't the newest Spider-Man movie with Mysterio? Yeah, actor does a good job. Venom is 50-50, kind of pointless not having... Yes, to me it is. It is very pointless. I just find it stupid. It's... Why? Like, I don't know. I just don't like when they do that in those kind of movies. Oh, let's have a spin-off or a side movie with this one of the more popular villains of the series, but let's not have the main character in it. It's like, what is Spider-Man doing while Venom is doing all this bullshit? Like, it doesn't make any sense. No, I'm sure the guy who does a great job. It's the guy who played the Punisher, correct? The guy who also played Shane from The Walking Dead? That's him, right? I'm sure he did a phenomenal job. I just don't like the concept of when they make a villain in a movie and not have the protagonist. That'd be like making an entire movie based off Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Vulture, Sandman, and whoever else was already in these Spider-Man franchises. The Lizard and now Carnage. It'd be like making side movies just for them with no Spider-Man in it. What'd be the point? Wasn't the newest one with Mysterio? Yes, in Venom. I'm talking about like the actor. Wasn't that the same guy who did Shane from The Walking Dead and The Punisher? Or is it a different guy? I just find it stupid that Spider-Man wasn't in the new Venom. Unless he was. No, it's not? I thought it was him. Thought it was him. I'm bad with actors. Then again, I've seen, like, clips of it. And half the time I would just see his face, and the rest of it is all symbiote. Okay. Half the time I only see, like, a clip of his face. I'm bad with actors. Don't know why I thought it was him for a second. I'm just bad with actors. Diamond gloves, Oraculchon. Orachuckon. Wait, why am I doing that? Sweet. Oops. Yeah, but... Yeah, the newest movie, wasn't that Mysterio, right? Is 30 the max level? I wouldn't know. I would not know. Oh! 99. I just typed in FF3. Oh, wait. Let me see if I could find the actual FF3, not the DS version. I don't know if they'll give me a concrete answer. That was the DS version. I'm not sure if the original NES version is 99. They got the game. How many job mastery? 99. Oh, okay. Everyone's saying 99. I'm not sure if they're talking about the NES or the DS version, but the last one I just saw did straight up say the DS version. This is not GameFAQs, so I don't know. Whatever. I typed in FF3 max job, or NES, whatever it is, so they're saying 99. I'm not getting to that. You only beat the DS one? Okay. Yeah. I don't plan on getting to that. Unless there's, like, some crazy optional hidden bosses because all these Final Fantasy games, my goal is eventually to do all the hidden content, all the hidden bosses. Unless this original NES version has some hidden bosses, I don't plan on grinding to the max level. I only had to grind in the first 2 games only because the first game I was not quite high enough. I wanted to be a little bit more on par, and I was recommended to grind. 2, I died a couple of times in the final dungeon, and I knew if I was going to get to the boss, he was going to whomp me. So they literally forced me to grind in 2, and fuck you, Final Fantasy 2, you can go rot in hell. Oh, speaking of that, look what I found, Irving. I have Video Game Monthly. I don't know if you remember me mentioning this. Basically, it's a video game subscription similar to Loot Crate. Look what I just found in my basement. Stay tuned for that in the near future. You want to know something else? It's factory sealed. It's shrink wrapped. I have 2 of them. Yeah, they sent me 2. Because there's on the website, you're supposed to check off a checklist of all the games you have so they don't send you duplicates, and I kind of forgot to do that. So they ended up sending me 2. Here's more. I have a bunch of Final Fantasy games. Let's see. I have. Here's 8. Here's 9. Here's the rest of 8. That's the rest of 8. Here's my physical copy of Legend of Dragoon. Seven. The remake of Final Fantasy 1 and 2. Hey, if you guys ever want to see remakes, I got 1 and 2 on the PlayStation. And are you guys ready for the best game? The best games in the world? Are you guys ready? The 2 best PS1 video games to ever release. If you ever get an extra copy. Of what? Of what Final Fantasy? I don't think I'm going to be getting an extra copy, but if you're talking about the Final Fantasy PS1 games, I can give you those. I have them on. I have the actual digital copies. I don't need the physical. Even though I'm a collector, I personally want to collect games like this with the disc, with the case. That's more of collectors to me. I don't really need, I mean, as much as I would like to have them, I don't care. If you want them, I can send you I can send you all of my PS1 copies of the Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. I can send you those. I'm not going to send you the remake of 1 and 2 because I actually don't own those. But 7, 8, and 9, yes, I can send you those. This is more of what my jam is. Actual physical copy with the case. Now, this is something I want because as a collector, that means a lot to me. But you guys ready? You guys ready for the best PS1 games ever to date? I did not know this was a thing. This is a game, and I am not joking. Tony Hawk has made so many dumb spin-offs, and this is now a freaking thing. Do anyone remember Scooters? Irving, I know you do, but does anyone remember Scooters? Because I don't know how old a lot of my fans are. But, what? Also, the next best game. Yeah, these are random games. There's like some, like Loot Crate usually has a monthly gimmick. Like every month it would change to a different, like certain thing. And they would send you like apparel based off that month. So I would like get for certain things. Like I forgot what month it was, but one month I got like a Scouter in my package. So I had like a Scouter or from Dragon Ball Z. I forgot what monthly gimmick that was. Then there was one for like dungeon crawling or something like that. I forgot what it was. I had a Dark Souls t-shirt. They gave me a Doom cup, something like that. But yeah, like Razor? I also have Metal Gear Solid 1, which I already have the copy of. Actual thing of. They gave me a party game. I have a lot of PS1 games. I brought up a whole thing, a whole bundle. A lot of them I'm not even gonna play because they're shit. A lot of the ones that I have are shit. I just basically showed you the best ones I had, minus the SpongeBob game and the Razor game. I was being a shit. Those are probably the worst games that I have. But yes, if you want my 7, 8, and 9, I can send you those, yeah. For a collector standpoint, I really can care less because I already have them. If they came with the physical discs or physical cases, then I would say no. But with the fact that it's just the discs itself and me having to actually have them on the PS3, sure, you're fine with that. I am keeping the Final Fantasy 1 and 2 because I actually don't own those on PS1. And funny enough, my brother one time, a long time ago, brought over a PS1 that he had. So I actually have a classic PlayStation. Not the PlayStation 1, the original gray PlayStation in my basement. That's a nice freaking throwback. In a box and everything. Oh, by the way, I may not be able to find the computer box, so I may just send your laptop in another box. Which bothers me because I really don't want to give it away in my PS4 box. I don't want to give it away in another box or my other computer box because I like to keep all of my boxes. So I'm probably going to have to try to find a way to protect your computer. I will send them with the laptop, but the reason I don't want to send it in the box alone is because I'm afraid the computer might get damaged. But if I can't find the box, I'll do my best to send it in something to where I can protect it. The reason I wanted you to have the box is just so in case you need to travel and you want to, you move or something and you want to put your computer in something. You know what I mean? Just imagine if you're going to move somewhere. What if I move back to Illinois and me and you want to become roommates and you want to move in with me? And we're traveling a certain distance. I don't want you to just bring a loose computer. You're going to want a box to put it in, am I right? So I'm also the kind of guy who likes to keep all my boxes, figurines and otherwise. So otherwise I would send you my laptop box, but I'll get it to you. I'll get it to you. But there's a reason I don't want to just send you a loose laptop. And this is a very good laptop. Like it was $1,000. It wasn't cheap. My current laptop is only about $1,600. This laptop that I'm giving you is about $1,200. It's my baby, so I still want to protect this thing with my life. I'm going to tell you, Irving, I know you have history with your systems and stuff breaking. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying, please take good care of this thing. This thing is still my baby. It's my second official bought computer, but it was my first like major gaming laptop, so it's still my baby. And I want you to take very good care of it. I can try to look. I don't think I have any old laptop boxes. If I had my old Toshiba laptop box, I would put it in that, but I don't even know where that is. But I'll look. The only boxes that I have that would fit it is my PS4 box, that I'm keeping, and my current computer's box, which I'm keeping. Because then I would have nothing to put my box in. Because our computers are big. They're big. They're big screens. And I don't want it to be flopping around in a box. I want it to be snug. I know you can put stuff in it to keep it from doing that, but it's a big computer. It won't take much for it to break. And knowing how a lot of UPS workers are, there are some UPS workers that are fucking dicks. I don't want to risk you getting one of them dickhead assholes. One of the things they taught me when I worked for UPS was not to throw people's packages because they literally had videos of actual footage of real workers literally just taking packages and just tossing them. I'm not risking that. Not saying that it's happened to me because it hasn't, but you never know. That's why I was very anal about sending you the PS4 and the Switch. Like I was like, please be there. Please make sure because I don't want someone to freaking steal it or I don't want no asshole just tossing it. Also, ex-girlfriend gave a code for OG Silver. Nice. So you have silver on your 3DS? Oh, enjoy. Yeah. Well, with that, you're able to send any of those Pokemon over to the new games. So since you have that now, and once you get the stupid whatever system similar to Pokebank that allows you to switch, connect to the Switch, you can now send any Pokemon from Gold and Silver over. Dude, do you have the original Red and Blue? Do you have another 3DS? If you have a second 3DS with the original Red and Blue, you can get yourself a shiny Ditto, and you can shiny breed Pokemon like no tomorrow. And you can have all of Gen 1 and 2 shinies, and you can send them over. Well, whatever Pokemon go on the new one, that is. Oh, you don't. Well, whenever I come home, I'll help you out with that, because Gen 2 shiny breeding, literally is based off the parent in that generation. So you can use a little bug, I guess you want to call it that, to get a shiny Ditto involving the shiny Gyarados. And basically you have him basically copy Gyarados' body by having him use Transform and Mimic a bunch of times. And then you capture it, and then you send both the Pokemon back over to Gen 2, and then the Ditto will be shiny. And then since the shiny breeding in Gen 2 is based off the parent, your chances of a shiny egg is 1 in 64 chances. Still a lot. You're still going to have to breed a ton of eggs, but it beats having the Masuda method. It beats having the 1 in 3 or 4,000 chances of whatever the Masuda method is. It's so good. And they all can go on the next generation games. So you can send the 3DS Pokemon over to Omega Ruby, X and Y, and the new ones. They all can go on to the next gens, which is amazing. So if you want Pokemon for X and Y and Omega Ruby and soon Sword and Shield, they all will go to each other. Through Pokebank. If you still have that piece of shit. I still hate Pokebank for what it did to me. Because I forgot all about Pokebank's gimmick. And I sent all of my Pokemon on there so I could mass trade over. Oh, and I forgot that, oh yeah, it deletes all your items. Fuck you, Nintendo. Fuck you for that. Also, was fearful too when it came to the PS4 and Switch. Oh yeah, very fearful, because you know how much those cost to me? Not only that, just in general. Yeah, no, just in general. Not only did it cost me a lot, but it's just in general. I fear for whenever I order things. Whenever I buy things. I always wonder, am I going to make it home with it still on my porch? I stopped paying for bank. Yeah, I think I did too. I don't even remember. I don't even remember if I still have that shitty service. Like, it's not bad. It's just, I hate it. I hate Pokebank for what it did to me. Like, or for what it does in general. Because, like, I don't like to have to transfer one Pokemon at a time. And all of my breeding items, like all the arm bracelets and all that, all the Destiny Knot, I earned those in X and Y. And then I said, hey, I want to transfer all of my Pokemon at once, so I don't have to sit there and spend 5 hours to trade all my Pokemon over. Lost all of that work. Because I forgot at the time, oh shit, I forgot at the time that it does that. And so ever since then, I said, fuck you. I basically just fucking hated Pokebank ever since. And it was never that great of a service to begin with, but it was not bad. It gets you what you want. I just don't like that it has that. I hate that they demand that you trade items. It pissed me off so bad. And ever since then, I just never got those again. I'm going to have to get those again so I can sit there and breed competitive Pokemon. And you know I'm not a PvP guy, but if I'm going to breed for shinies, I might as well make them competitive. I might as well get a competitive Pokemon. I feel it should be free. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, it's not like it's that much, though. It's really not that much. It's like, what, $5? It's not bad. It's still, but yes, it still should be free. I agree. Hey, at least it's not bad. Can you imagine if it was the same price as... Can you imagine if both Nintendo Switch's service as well as Pokebank, can you imagine if they were the same price as Xbox Gold or PS Plus? Can you imagine if it was $50? Can you imagine? At least it's $5. Can you imagine if it was the same price as what we have for Sony and Xbox? No one would buy it. No one would buy it. Even the Switch's service ain't even that good. I only have it because I want to buy shit off the store. It would be bull. Yeah, and the only reason I have Switch's service is because, one, fuck GameStop, and most of my games are digital. So that's the only reason why I really have Switch's service. Plus, if we want to play games together. If we ever play any co-op or any, Pokemon, any games together over the Switch, you need it. So, but the Switch's service is not bad. I think it's stupid that Nintendo is following suit with, modern gaming of today. I'll check the other doors later. Plus money I save up most goes to my heart meds. Well, your life is more... Oh, pterodactyls. Your life is important. Your life is more important. You have no reason to sit there and apologize or say, why you can't buy something. Your life is important. As long as you're keeping yourself alive. Well, Irving, I'm quit attempt number 3, man. I'm not doing it for anything. I'm doing it for myself. I kind of just started doing... I came up with this idea yesterday that I wanted to do it, and I got it today in the mail. Don't really say anything. I don't know if you don't really talk to anybody really that on Facebook or anyone really. So I'm just saying. I was just saying, don't tell anybody because I want this to be a big surprise for when I reveal it on Facebook if it actually goes through. So like when I come home and I don't smoke anymore, just so you know. I'm trying to quit again. I need to save money. You know how much it's costing me? A lot. I'm buying cigarettes. I'm buying like 5 or 6 packs a week. It's ridiculous. I'm losing so much money. I'm making it out to seem worse than it is, but it'll save me much, much more money. Nah, I'm not saying that you would. I'm just stating the fact that I don't want you to really tell my parents, to be honest. I want it to be a big reveal. I want it to be like 5 years later. I want it to be like a few months later and be like, I finally did it. It's done. And then I want everyone to be like, oh, congratulations. And then I want my parents to be surprised. That's all it is. Because then I also don't, because my dad constantly bugs me about quitting. I don't want him to be like breathing down my neck. You know, making sure I actually don't fail. It needs to be myself. I don't want that pressure. And no, this is myself, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He has not gone back. All he does is drink beer. And even that, his beer drinking was never, like, that bad. Says that my dad's fat, but... My dad doesn't drink that much. He drinks beer occasionally, like, you know how he does. He drinks it, a few beers here and there. He goes through some cases, but it's not, like, to the point where he gets drunk. But yes, no, my dad's been long done with smoking. He will never touch a damn cigarette. He doesn't even crave it. And I'm sure he's been around it a lot since he's been out here. But yeah, no, he's long done with it. Yeah, we all get fat. Well, I mean, his was like his was from beer. But like, he's still gonna drink beer. But it's not like he gets drunk. It's not like anything serious. That's the only thing he kind of does. But even then, it's really not, I really don't even consider it bad. Wow. What? What? Oh, Discord. I was like, what the hell? Okay. For anyone who's not seen me play the beginning of this game, this dragon sprite is the same as Bahamut from the beginning of the game. That's why I got surprised. That's why I was like, because it's the same exact dragon sprite and look, and I was like, so I got very scared. I'm like, Blue Bahamut, please no. He's dragon. Maybe I should use ice on him. I really don't know if ice is good on him or not. Oh, never mind. That would be one tough fight. Yes, it would. That's why I got scared. I'm like, I knew it wasn't Bahamut, but I was just like, please tell me this ain't gonna be an enemy that's gonna freaking destroy me. It would be a very tough fight. And I'm sure he's a boss. I mean, they literally threw you into a fight with it, and then afterwards he carries you to his nest. If you don't remember, he carries you to his nest where you meet a dude named Desh, and then you have to escape his nest. So judging from that, he is a boss fight in some regard. But yes, no. But that was my main fear. I was like, please no. I need to get more keys. Oh, wait, I was in there. Please? No, I need more keys, though. I just wasted one for no reason. The Phantom Lute! Sealed in time. Noah's lute began playing a song. No, wait. You've obtained loot. The song's still going. I'm done. Even this game did a Zelda reference. I'm done. I was being a shit and a jokester. I was not expecting it to literally say obtain. I knew it was going to say obtain something, but I was being a jokester about that. On the DS, I grind for job levels because higher the level, the more damage the hits do. Yes, I pretty much guessed that. I pretty much gathered that because Zero is the, basically, I don't even know what the class title is, Karakateka. With his claws, the dude, he literally hits like almost, he hits around like 10 times for like 400 to 500 the highest damage I've seen him do is like 500, 600 damage. It's ridiculous how much hits he does. And then I made my main character a Dragoon only because there was a stupid boss fight that basically required me to become a Dragoon. The only one who can actually do damage to this stupid boss fight, to this boss, without extreme grinding. So I said, fuck it, I'll stay as a Dragoon. But yes, the amount of damage my dude, whoever's name is Zero is, with his claws, my lord, he hits like 10 times for like 500 to 600 damage. It's ridiculous how strong you become early. Literally, I'm pretty much doing almost as much damage as I was doing in 2 already. In 2, I was doing around a few thousand, like 1,000 or 2,000 damage. I'm already doing over half that. It's ridiculous. I'm loving every second of this game. There's 2 bosses in this game thus far that pissed me off. Only because they require you to change jobs, and it's just a rampant difficulty out of nowhere. And to be honest, some NPCs do tell you. There was a guy who told me that I need to switch to a sorcerer, I think. The character that allowed me to see the dude's elemental resistances. So I had to change that. And then one dude's like, oh, only a Dragoon can beat this boss. So I'm like, fuck. If it wasn't for those NPCs, I would not have known to change jobs. Their looks change depending on the job class. Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, if it wasn't for those dumb NPCs, I would not have known to change jobs. And I don't like that. That really is dumb. To me, anyway. Alright, let's go and check these other couple doors now. I did not check the first couple doors. I'm getting thirsty, but I can't eat or drink within 30 minutes or while I'm chewing. Uh-oh, I'm almost out of keys. Lizardman. The one is Scholar. Yep. Yes, exactly. That's one I was thinking of. The one that you attack with books. That was the one I needed to beat Hein with. The skeleton dude who swaps his weaknesses. I tried beating it without that, and none of my guys could hit him. And when I do hit him, I would accidentally heal him by accident using wrong magic. And I was getting freaking fed up. And the other boss, I was hurting it, just not enough. And the amount of damage he was doing was about, he was doing thunder attacks. His his lightning bolts would hit me for about 400 per shot. And he was hitting all 4 of my team at once for about 400 per hit. I was like, fuck you. Fuck you and your ramped up damage. And I don't have low health. I do not have low health at all. But he was wrecking the crap out of me. I was just getting tired of ramped up difficulty for no fucking reason. And requiring me to change. At one point, they were all Scholar for that reason. I didn't even think about changing them all to Scholar. I still beat him. He was still an annoying fight, but I was not planning to become an entire Scholar team. I still don't plan on changing my classes to all magic. You know me, I'm always a physical attacker. I don't even really care for magic, even in Final Fantasy games. While I use it, I'm not a big fan of, after a while, I just get tired of the menuing. It's just easier for me. I just prefer to attack, 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 attack. That's how I am in actual action combat games. I'm always a sword up in your face. I've never been too big on magic. Never will be. Even in Dark Souls, and I usually make my character overall at the end. Like, in Dark Souls, I will always use a greatsword. But in the end, for games, if I can get enough experience and soul level, I will grow my character to be pretty much basic overall and everything. Like in Dark Souls 2, which has like the easiest way, like the fastest leveling. My character is capable of doing like physical damage as well as strong magic damage. But that was only for grinding purposes, because there was one boss who was really weak to dark magic. And with the fact that I capped him out by reviving him over and over again, he can one-shot my character easily. So in order for me to consistently get souls and level up, for my personal taste, not that I have to, I just spam dark magic at him, because I consistently survive. Because otherwise, one shot would hit me, or kill me. Even with my character who was like level 400, I literally maxed out his magical stats at 99. In the new one, they also keep their job levels for each class. Oh, that's nice. Wait, they don't keep their job levels in the original? I wouldn't know. I haven't changed back to any of my previous jobs. I think they keep them, because I switched my scholar back to the white mage, and she's still good. She's still her current level. Yeah, no, I switched back I switched hype back. She's still whatever level she was at the time, so I'm assuming they kept their everything. So yeah, they didn't change that at all. But yeah, this is what I have at this point. This is currently what I have. You can change freely. You just need the C points. If you have the required amount of C points, you can change to any one of these classes. I'm sure that's the same as in the remake. I only play in the beginning of the OG one? Ah. That's all good. The original is great. I'm sure the remake is just as good, if not better, but again, I want to experience the originals before the remakes. I'm sure you did maybe at one point. I know a bunch of other people did. I want to. But then again, not everyone is able to enjoy the originals because a lot of them are Japanese only. A lot of them never came out here. Or a lot of people don't have a NES anymore. I, for one, do have a NES, but it's it's not broken. It's just every like 5 minutes it resets itself. Like, I would not guarantee I can continue to play the entire Final Fantasy franchise on a NES that barely works. Yeah. I want to play the physical copies if I can find them at a decent price. But my NES wouldn't be able to handle it because it's so old. Believe it or not, it's still the original NES from my childhood. Whether or not my parents rebought it, it's definitely the second NES that my parents had and my brothers had, at least from what I remember. It's my original NES. And it's old. And it resets so often. So I don't want to risk playing a long-winded game and then, boom, it's shutting off. Plus, it's just easier just to record. It's better quality to record from an emulator. I mean, I have an upscaler. It just, old school games just don't work well on modern TVs. So, like, trust me, the quality would not have been great even with an upscaler. You'll see when I go to PS2, or if I play any PS2 games, or if I play legitimate PS1. Because if I play any of these physical PS1 games, even though I have a PS3 off my PS1, you'll see the difference in the quality. I probably won't use the PS1, though. I'll probably just bring it up in my room just to have it for collector's reasons. And now, when I say PS1, I mean the original PlayStation. I don't have the PlayStation 1. Damn you, Sony and Xbox and your Microsoft and your dumb naming conventions. I don't mind PlayStation 2, but PlayStation and PlayStation 1 when they're the same damn thing. Same thing with the Xbox and Xbox One. Needs to stop. Sony did it first, but it's still stupid. And now they're making the Xbox One X. Or not the One X, that's a thing. The new Xbox, whatever the fuck it's called. Xbox One X, that's a thing already. I think it's Project Scorpio, I think is what it's called. Or is that the X? I don't remember anymore. Let's just call it the Xbox 4. And the PlayStation 5. Which I hear the PlayStation 5 is going to go back to the original PS3, close to the PS3 price range. I understand it's more modern. I understand. Most consoles today will cost you about $300 if you're going to buy a game with it or a couple games with it. But $300 or $400 for a console alone, you're going to be looking at about a $500 to $600 price tag. So did I. Honestly, it wasn't really until 360 that I even cared. Microsoft's Xbox, the original Xbox, yes, it has Phantasy Star, but that was actually a port of the original Dreamcast, just updated. The original Xbox really, to me, had nothing going for it. The best thing on Xbox for me was Phantasy Star, but the best thing on Xbox in general, public-wise, was probably Halo. And you know how I am about shooters. Not that Halo's bad, not that Left 4 Dead's bad, not that Borderlands is bad. It's just, my favorite genres, my least favorite genres are shooters and fighting games. And Xbox didn't really have a lot going for it. To me, anyway. And that system is better than the Xbox One, but it's still, 360 is still by far the best Xbox console to date. And I probably will buy the new Xbox if it's decent. I'm not going to be buying it anytime soon when it releases. I'm going to be waiting a while like I did with the One. But that's only if it has anything good for it. If it has nothing, then there's no point. Because I already wasted money on that piece of shit only for Dead Rising, and look what happened with that. Dead Rising 3 is on PC, and Dead Rising 4 is on PS4. So, the Xbox One has some good things that I can do with it. It allows me to play Dead Rising's standalone DLCs, Case West and Case Zero. And maybe a few other games. That's like, if I want to play Banjo-Kazooie, sure, I can do that. Other than that, Xbox One is just a brick to me. There's maybe a few games that I need to, that I would, if I want to play, that is on my Xbox, that is not on my PlayStation. Such as, like I said, Case West and Case Zero, which Capcom doesn't have the licensing to put on to other things. Because Blue Castle Games, which basically I think made those, helped them make those, or published those, they're gone. So, unfortunately, those games cannot be put onto PlayStation. Which is why that the entire franchise of Dead Rising is not on PlayStation 3, or 4. Sad. So, you'll never get to experience those unless I bring my Xbox around, or if you get one yourself, which sucks. It really is stupid, because I would love to have those standalone DLCs on PS4. So when you see me play Case West's DLC, it's going to be on my shitbox. I have no other way to play it. And that upsets me to hell. But yeah, I probably will not be buying the new Xbox for a long, long while, unless they really give me a reason to. Bloodborne alone made the PS4 worth it. And trust me, if they never released anything on the PS4 besides Bloodborne, I'd be fine with that. While that would suck, because I play it a few times and probably never touch the PS4 like for a long time or ever again. But it was worth it just for Bloodborne. I'll tell you that right now. And even then, day one, I had Bloodborne and like 5 other games. So even day one, I had already several games. It's not like I just had one game. So it definitely was a lot. It definitely was worth the money. And trust me, I would not have bought you and Tom one if it wasn't. If I knew PS4 was not worth buying, I would not have gotten Us 3 one. Even if we barely play together. I know me and you will find time to play plenty of games together, but it's still worth having. Bloodborne is great. Monster Hunter World is fantastic. Probably two of my favorite games to date, Bloodborne and Monster Hunter World. Two of my favorite modern games to date. They are both fantastic. Dark Souls 3, fantastic game. Dead Rising on the PS4, mwah. I'm so happy that they did that. I'm so glad they put Dead Rising franchise on PS4. It's the best, one of the best moves they did. And I know it's not just on PS4, it's on Xbox as well, but putting Dead Rising 1 on a different console besides the Wii and the Xbox was a great move, because my Xbox is a piece of shit, and it takes like 20 minutes to load the dashboard. And the last time I played that was for my Let's Play, and it was such a fantastic thing, and it made me so happy. But yeah, Bloodborne is amazing. And soon, PSO2. I hear a lot of bad things about 4, but you can give it a good shot. The max level in Dead Rising 4 is 100. I mean, that makes me really happy, because I've been wanting Dead Rising to go up to 100 for a long time now. I think the max in 3 is 50, or is it 75? I forget. But I know the max level in 4 is 100. If you've ever seen 3 or have played it, it has similar things like a skill tree. So every time you level, you can put stats into your character's skills, which is what I loved about 3 and 4 comparatively to the first two, is you can make your character unique. Unlike, oh, you leveled up, you learned this throw move, you learned this knee drop move, you learned how to run faster. You can literally max out your physical attack, or you can max out your speed, or you can max out your weapon damage, or you can max out how fast your character builds weapons and shit. It's really cool. I loved that about 3. And 4 has a similar system with that. That might be a big plus for you when you play 3 and 4. Specifically 3, because 3 is fantastic. 4 has issues. 1 is Zero tried playing the DLC. Tom tried playing the DLC for it. Frank's Undead Frank, or Zombie Frank, or whatever it's called. And apparently it corrupted his entire file. And not only that, apparently there's no bosses in the game, which really pisses me off. Because bosses in video games is like one of my favorite things. It's one of my biggest things. Like, I love boss fights. Without boss fights, I think that ruins Dead Rising 4. Because Dead Rising's story is not great, but the boss fights have always been pretty fun. I've always loved some of their boss fights. Dead Rising 3 has one of the best boss fights to date. Resident Evil 2, yes. Yeah. But yeah, boss fights in Dead Rising have always been one of the best things for me in those games. That and rescuing survivors, while as painful as that is, it's really the best parts of those games. And Dead Rising 4 takes that away, and it's just depressing. But then I found out that Frank West is 50 years old. And yet he looks younger than he ever did. In fact, he looks even younger than he does in Dead Rising Off the Record. And 1 combined, if that makes any sense to you. And he's thinner. Get that one. He's older, but looks younger and is thinner. I get it. He must have gotten thin from all that running around in the malls. But he just looks like he's fit, and he looks like he's in his 30s. When Frank was always like mid-30 to 40 years old. But now he's 50, and he looks even younger. Also, he had a voice actor change, which bothers me. Because I've gotten so used to Frank West's voice. I like the way the game looks. It's the same game overall in terms of like 3, where you basically just you can go anywhere, find shops, find outfits, find weapons. It's the same gameplay, just they took out bosses. And you know how I feel, like, you know I get bored of just fighting zombies over and over again. But that's all Dead Rising is. It's just, imagine Dead Rising 4, but just a giant sandbox. You're literally free roam. The whole game is free roam. While that might seem cool, it gets boring for me after a while. I need some story, I need some boss fights. Ah, yes, that live action Dead Rising. That was around when 2 was coming out, wasn't it? That shitty ass Dead Rising live action. Yes, that was me. That was me that had that. Or did you watch that somewhere else? Because I remember watching something about Dead Rising. I don't remember. Was that any good? I don't think so. That just shows how much me and you love Dead Rising, though. Like, I love Dead Rising, so me and you had to check that shit out. Plus, me and you, like, not so much me, but you were always big into this, me and you were always big into those dumb, cheesy zombie movies. I love zombie movies, but I'm not as big as it as you are. So that's definitely probably up in your jam. Like, you know, cheesy-ass, bad-acting zombie movies was definitely your jam, so I can see that being your thing. But no, I loved it. I remember having it. Unless there's a different thing that you're talking about, because I remember it was like a dumb show based off of Dead Rising. It had to do with zombies. I remember having it on the Xbox, unless you're talking about something different, and then they released something new based off Dead Rising. But it was a live-action, like, series. I wouldn't say it was a show, but it was a series of some regard. It was like, I think it was like maybe like mini episodes. Maybe like 5-10 minutes, I think, or something like that. Unless they have a whole entire franchise, a whole entire show now. Oh, I know, me too. Man, I love those dumb movies, though. Like, but yeah, unless you're talking about something completely different, then never mind. Where's... And yeah, they were... That's why it's only one DVD. Yeah. I'm surprised they even got DVD release. Yeah, I remember them being bad. I think we enjoyed it for what it was at the time. Played Noah's Lute. The tone said to reach even the world of dreams echoes through the room. All right, Mashana, wake up. Get out of the dream world. I never cared about the dream world in black and white. No, get out of it. I thought it was a cool concept, but it's one of those gimmicks I don't give a fuck about. I don't need another way to capture Pokemon. Same thing with the Poke Walker thing. While that is a cool gimmick, I kind of just never really truly cared about it. I had it with me for the first like month because it was unique and different. But after a while, that kind of stuff I never cared about. Like I did like the Dream World thing in black and white like once, and I didn't like that you had to like connect to a computer or whatever. Like I just didn't care for it. It wasn't my thing. Terrific! Un has awakened. Sam was looking for the game, and the DVD shows up an online catalog. Huh? That is weird. That is so weird. I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot that existed. I slept well. Come on, Parrot. Ride on my shoulder. Aye, aye, sir. Now it's time for her to wake up exercises. That is one hell of an exercise. Just how high is that wall? Presenting Un of the Dream World. I'm Un. I haven't seen this world for a while. Ah, this place is good. Oh, I heard about you, my dreams from Dorga. I can't believe Zonde would do such a thing. Anyway, first we gotta get to the great ship. It can cross the mountains. It must be in the ancient ruins to the north. Oh God, no. What, you don't want to go with this old lady? Is that it? No, that's not it. Then let's go. Join the party. Oh, fuck. Last time I went to the ancient ruins, I nearly got destroyed by dragons. Oh, before I forget, I'm a lot higher level than I was last time I went there. Last time I went there, I almost beat 2 dragons before they killed me, but they managed to kill 2 of my party members. They gave me a lot of experience, but the last time I was there, I was way underleveled. They were way too strong for me. So that's why I'm like, oh, great. But, hey, progression. Oh, before I forget, I should give you this to you. What's this? The 2 fangs you have, and this one are the only things which can destroy the statues. There's still one more fang, the Earth Fang. We need to get, yes, one more fang, and I can just not die to petrification. Woot! One more fang, the Earth Fang. We needed to get, we need the great ship to get it. Let's go. Yes. One more fang, and I can crack those stupid petrification statues that one-shot me. I can't really say that's a one-shot. It's kind of like instant death, in fact. For anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, there's these petrified statues that if I go in between them, it's instant death. And I need these fangs, which I originally thought were just consumables. Yeah, trust me, there's a lot of times during these games that I'm not paying attention a lot. Which is why I'm trying to pay attention to dialogue, which I am. But certain items, like the fangs at the time, I was like, what the fuck are these? And I was trying to use them in battle. Now, and not that long ago, I realized, oh wait, they're key items. I kind of somehow missed the dialogue when I've got the original fang. Ancient ruins, since I've been to you. Let's go. Let's go. I'm glad that this thing can land on land. Oh yeah, I can land on land. It can land on land, but not marshy land. Huh. I don't understand. Like, it can't land in water anymore. So it can't land on a marsh? Basically what that is in front of me, the watery looking grass. That, to me, bothered. That's dumb. That is dumb. I guess it makes sense. Well, actually, wait. Before I do that... there we go. Let's not forget to save like I do in so many other RPGs. And then I drop my Game Boy and there goes all my Pokemon progression. The amount of times I've done that as a kid. I'm very bad at RPGs. I forget to save a lot. And as a kid, I forgot to save a lot and I would drop my Game Boy by mistake so many times. And the amount of progression I'd lose. Oh, the good old days. The good old days of Game Boy, and needing a warm light to actually play the game at night, and a magnifying glass. You remember that magnifying glass stupid connector piece, and the worm light? Oh man, I want to go back to those days so bad, but... Playing old Pokemon games on an SP is so hard. I don't know how we played Gen 1 games on an SP. It is so hard to do. You have to be so sensitive. You have to be so soft. You have to be like... Imagine, here's the table. You have to be like this with your SP because the games stick out. You have to be so soft with it. I don't know how we did it. But having played it like several years back, every time I go to put it down, it would freeze. I would have to like lay it upside down because here'd be the game, here'd be the console. I would have to like lay it upside down just like this with part of the game not making contact. It was so painful. I don't know how we did it. But yeah, like, I'd be going to the bathroom. I'd have my Game Boy with me. I'd accidentally drop it somehow because I'm a klutz. And then my whole file would get corrupt or I would lose, like, hours worth of progression. And I would have to go through, say, like, I would have to go, like, through Rock Tunnel all